You're smoking some of the best dope God ever put breath in. What appropriations process? All we've got left are CRs and rescission packages. And President Trump's not the first president to ever send a rescission package, is he?
No, sir.
A bunch of presidents have, haven't they? And did civilization melt?
They did not.
No, they didn't. Now, you want to know how we got $36 trillion in debt? Just listen to this. Let me tell you what it's like. A majority, not everybody, a majority of this body, they're all for cutting spending porn. They're all for going to heaven, but they're not ready to make the trip. That's how we got to $36 trillion. This stuff about PEPFAR, oh my God, you're going to destroy the world. Now, there's a part of PEPFAR that deals with money for life-saving care, isn't it?
Absolutely.
And there's, Mr. Director, I want to apologize for the protesters, but I can assure you that under congressional rules and the laws in the District of Columbia, they will be promptly punished and put on double secret probation. You'll probably see them back again today. I think the president's demonstrated that he understands that what you allow is what will continue. We seem to have a problem with that concept. I listen to some of my colleagues accuse you of doing everything but abandoning your children to wolves. They accuse you of undermining the sanctity and integrity of the appropriations process. And I'm sitting here thinking, what sanctity? What integrity? What appropriations process? I'm proud to serve in this committee. I watched this committee last year. We passed 11 out of 12 minibuses. And we all choked down some stuff you wouldn't believe. And we sent them to Senator Schumer, my friend. He refused to bring the bills to the floor of the Senate. Now, that's when he was in the majority. You really think he's going to allow us to vote on a budget when the politics have changed and his politics? If you do, you're Willie Nelson high. You're smoking some of the best dope God ever put breath in. What appropriations process? All we've got left are CRs and rescission packages. And President Trump's not the first president to ever send a rescission package, is he?
No, sir.
A bunch of presidents have, haven't they? And did civilization melt?
They did not.
No, they didn't. Now, you want to know how we got $36 trillion in debt? Just listen to this. Let me tell you what it's like. A majority, not everybody, a majority of this body, they're all for cutting spending porn. They're all for going to heaven, but they're not ready to make the trip. That's how we got to $36 trillion. This stuff about PEPFAR, oh my God, you're going to destroy the world. Now, there's a part of PEPFAR that deals with money for life-saving care, isn't it?
Absolutely.
And there's a part of PEPFAR that you look at it and you will say, pass me the sick bucket, isn't there?
Yes, sir.
And you're getting rid of the sick bucket stuff.
Yes, sir.
You're rid of $5.5 million to lesbian, gay, bisexual, transgender, and intersex advocacy in Uganda, aren't you?
Yes, sir.
I can't believe we're arguing about this. PEPFAR, we're in life-saving care to anybody, are we?
No, and $10 billion would remain for that funding.
And a couple of my colleagues have made the point, well, this was President Biden. President Biden ate my homework. And these programs have expired. Some of these are multi-year programs, aren't there?
Yes, multi-year grants.
Let's talk about public broadcasting. Now let's cut to the chase. Public broadcasting in America today is political as hell. We all know that. You don't have to be a senior at Caltech to see it. Some folks like their politics, so they want to give them money. Some folks don't like their politics, and they don't want to take it away. But that's not the real principle, is it, Mr. Director?
No, sir.
The real principle is, why do we give money to CNN?
No.
Do we give money to Fox?
No.
Do we give money to Politico?
No.
Then why are we giving money to public broadcasting? Why? We're $36 trillion in the hole. I hope you send us more rescission packages. It's the only way we're going to get anything done. I'm embarrassed to say that. But I've seen this movie before, and this appropriation process is broken. And finally, somebody is trying to give us, to cut the spending porn. And we're sitting here fighting about it? The American people are going, what planet did all you people just parachute in from? I'm done, Madam Chair.
Senator Heinrich.
Kennedy opened with sarcasm and a jab at protesters, vowing they'd face punishment under congressional rules. But he quickly shifted to his real target, Washington's broken budgeting process. He mocked criticisms directed at the hearing's witnesses, sarcastically referencing how some accuse them of doing everything but abandoning your children to wolves. The point? Political grandstanding has replaced real accountability. Then came the blunt truth. What sanctity? What appropriations process? Kennedy reminded the committee that even bipartisan efforts last year, 11 out of 12 appropriations bills passed, were stalled by Senate leadership. The result? Continuing resolutions, CRs, and rescission packages are all that remain. He called out the absurdity of blaming President Trump's rescission efforts, stating flatly, he's not the first, and no, civilization did not melt. And then, the core of the issue. Why is America $36 trillion in debt? Kennedy delivers a brutal metaphor. A majority in this body, they're all for going to heaven, but they're not ready to make the trip. He attacks PFPFAR, PEPFAR funding, calling parts of it vital for life-saving care, while labeling others pass me the sick bucket material. He specifically slams over $5 million for LGBTQ+ advocacy in Uganda, questioning the necessity of such foreign aid when Americans are buried in debt. He's clear. Cutting the waste doesn't mean denying healthcare. Over $10 billion still remains for global health support, but the spending porn has to stop. And finally, public broadcasting. Kennedy argues that PBS has become political as hell and questions why tax dollars support it while outlets like CNN, Fox, and Politico receive none. His bottom line, why are we giving money to public broadcasting when we're $36 trillion in the hole? What do you think? Is Senator Kennedy exposing real dysfunction or just adding fuel to the fire? Drop your take in the comments. And if you want real political analysis without the spin, hit subscribe and turn on notifications. More breakdowns coming soon.